Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another Client Spotlight with Arborist Now. I'm Clint Stewart, and today we're here in San Francisco with my friend John Keegan from Collecting Flowers. An amazing husband and wife duo that do some incredible landscape design and builds. And we're at a place right here now for a really beautiful backyard. We're going to show you some of the pieces John did with some of the milled material he got from us, and in general, just kind of give you a little view into John and Collecting Flowers. So, John, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Killer.
Thanks for having me.
Right on.
Yeah, it's cool.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where were you born, raised? How did you get to SF, and how did you get into doing what you're doing now, landscape design and build?
Yeah, sure. Originally from the East Coast, as is my wife and partner.
As I am.
There you go.
Yeah.
I went to school at UC Santa Cruz for art and film and design, and after bouncing around different artistic and design type jobs, I met Danny, my partner. She created Collecting Flowers Garden Design as just a full landscape design build studio. She brought me on, and I was able to sort of transfer from more 2D art, painting, graphic design, things like that, into an area that I've always been passionate about, which is like building and creating, and gave me an opportunity to work with her and together to do landscape design, design build, outdoor renovations, anything outdoors, a lot of woodworking, custom cement work, tile work, and landscaping, and it all comes together with our business, Collecting Flowers Garden Design.
Killer.
Yeah.
Um, the other thing I wanted to ask you was, out of all the things that you do, you between you and Danny, your wife, does one of you deal with more of the plants and stuff, and the other one deal with more of the building, or does the design part and the actual construction? What's the breakdown?
Yeah, we consider ourselves co-designers, but we definitely each bring a specific skill set to the job. She has the total green thumb, just in my opinion, a world-class landscape designer, knows every plant, everything outdoors. She's the person to talk to. I'm very lucky to work with her because my skill set is more the hardscaping. And again, that's more like the carpentry and other things like stonework, cement work, tile work. We both bring our design backgrounds into working together, but she's more of the softscaping and I'm more of the hardscaping. We both design together, but in the field, those are sort of our sort of strong points.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell from what the couple times, the few times that we've worked together so far. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more in the future because of what I've seen you do with what our milled stuff that you're getting from us, custom mill work.
Yeah.
We're going to actually take a look at 3 pieces today that John got from us. One was a larger cant, a big redwood cant. I think it was 18 by 18 by 6 feet. The others ones were made out of slabs, all redwood. He turned what we're sitting on right now, which is this insanely beautiful bench, carved. John, why don't you just tell us a little bit more about this? Because I know when I made this for you, it turned out originally it was just a big cant, which is just a big, essential 18 by 18 by 6 feet.
Yep.
I quickly just kind of rough cut some meat out of it.
Yeah.
And then you designed and created the rest of this, and how'd you come up with the design, and then how did you also achieve this look?
Well, this was a design that definitely I want to give credit to my partner Danny on laying the sort of foundation for me in my head. We have been going into more of like a 70s inspired, chunkier aesthetic, bigger pieces, less moving parts, more rounded, soft corners. And this is sort of the result of that idea. What I want to do is make a piece out of one single piece of wood, but I didn't want it to feel hard. One of our design philosophies is that everything should be comfortable in a garden. Our outdoor spaces that we make should be as comfortable as your favorite room inside. So we want something to feel soft and inviting. And what we want to do to achieve that was to do a lot of roundness, a lot of soft corners, a lot of natural curves. there is a design philosophy called wabi sabi, where it's essentially, you know, looking at Mother Nature and realizing that that is your sort of goal in terms of what things should look like. Natural lines, natural curves, everything should sort of fit seamlessly with nature, which means not a lot of like hard geometry. Um, and so what we did here with Clint's help was we took this four-sided cant, we got the basic cuts out of it, and then we very, very slowly and meticulously carved it down to like this natural wave shape. It was basically using a lot of like heavy saws and then going in slowly and meticulously, rounding everything out by hand, like with sandpaper. It was a slow process, but it was really enjoyable, and we're really happy with the way it came out.
Yeah, great work on this one.
Well, we were lucky to get it sourced through you guys. Couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to like when you're looking for something like this,
Mhm.
you know, where and even slabs are a
Mhm.
little bit more common right now. But when
Mhm.
you're talking about more larger format stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, where else can you go to get stuff like this? Like, would you know?
You know, I think the places are pretty few and far between, and other places, you know, I don't think they're really realistic for us to go to, whether it's distance or quality or just the communication that you give us
Yeah,
and like helping us find just the right piece.
yeah,
So we're really lucky because without having the ability to source this, which is much harder than you know someone might think, these pieces that we dream of would never come to fruition.
yeah.
So you know,
Well, it's my pleasure. It's like this is my favorite thing is to work with somebody like you, where we're
yeah,
like we're kind of in unison. You tell me exactly
yeah,
what you know. We'll make it down to the most, like the quarter of an
yeah,
inch, an eighth
yeah,
of an inch, and
yeah.
give you exactly what you want. And um, yeah, I mean, this is just the raddest piece, man. So
Thank you,
I'm
man.
glad we
Appreciate
could
it.
kind of help you get this thing done
Yeah.
because this is one of my favorite pieces, man. So
Thank you.
let's take a look at a couple other pieces John's made for this project here. So here we are at John's second piece. This is a really beautiful redwood L bench. Um, this is some redwood that was about 3 inches thick. I think we milled these slabs here for you. I think they were like 14 footers, and then they're 22 inches
Mm-hmm.
wide. You actually, I think there's a piece we had that we
Mhm.
matched the rest of this to make. This is kind of fairly green. We custom milled this for you.
Mhm.
And then just tell us a little bit more about the concept and then the build on this one.
Sure. This piece was more of a traditional outdoor bench. The clients wanted something that would wrap around this fire pit very nicely, and that was large enough and comfortable enough to have a bunch of people kind of sitting here and enjoying, essentially hosting your friends over for, you know, a cocktail or a beer around the fire pit. The simple butt joint up there. Simplicity is key. Really nice half-inch round over on the edges again to make it feel comfortable. And I think the most important part of this piece was we did like this slanted back that runs the whole length and again gives you more of a visual of the entire, you know, slab that we're able to cut out of this. Reclined on both parts. We have sort of a double miter over on this point, so it kind of fits together quite nicely. Um, and we just wanted to achieve comfort, but still have it look really nice. And I think we achieved it. Clients seem really happy.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's perfect because you can actually lay all the way along the fire pit.
Yeah.
You can even just throw, I mean, you don't even need them. I mean, I'm like on it right now, and I'm like, this is like
Yeah.
the most comfortable.
Yeah.
I could be here I could drink, you know, beers out here,
Yeah,
margaritas
I
out
think
here
so
all
too.
day for
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
But if you really wanted to, you know, you
Yeah.
could throw down a pad and lay and sleep right next to the fire all night. And,
Absolutely. And we're training this passion vine to essentially run all the way back here, which is why you see the steel cable here. And we think this piece will just really fit nicely with the landscaping that we have behind it. Because we're able to get these natural materials, this redwood, it always does really well with the hardscape and the softscape combined together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this stuff's like the best because it's, you know, the redwood. I mean, being living in Northern California.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to, especially with the mill, we really tried to be local, you know, with what I have. And so every tree that we have that has to be removed, and it's out of our control.
Yeah.
That tree is going to be removed one way or another. It's either going to end up in a chip pile or it's going to end up in the dump. So, we try to repurpose that, and to be able to reuse the redwood that's right here locally, put it right back in your backyard. This is a perfect example of like how incredible that cycle is to be repurposed back into how beautiful it is, man.
Thank you. Thank you. We want it to feel, lived in. We want it to feel inviting. Clients have had this for about 2 months now. You can tell they're enjoying it. And yeah, we're really happy with it.
Yeah. Beautiful piece, man.
Thank you.
Right on.
You did? Sure. This is essentially the third piece that we made for this project and these clients. They had this sort of under deck area that they want to utilize more. So we turned this chunk into an outdoor bar. We got a wonderful slab from Clint and his crew. Beautiful redwood, nice and thick. This one's 3 inches thick. And we just sort of set it right in between these deck posts. So nice round over on both sides, wide enough to fit a bar, a cocktail, cup of coffee, cup of tea, and just sort of, again, wanted to make this as like a fun piece to have people over, to host, or just sort of hang out. We have a nice backdrop here of the breeze block and the vertical redwood 2x4, which is a nice juxtaposition to, again, this big chunky piece. We love big chunky stuff, sort of like the aesthetic that we're going for these days. And so these big, thick slabs, which are great quality, really help us achieve that. Then we just ran a bunch of horizontal 2x4s on edge underneath and called it a day. Plants help too.
All right, well, John, I really appreciate you taking the time to show us this beautiful space. And you'll see up in other shots throughout this, all the beautiful landscaping and the flowers and the trees and all the pottery and all the stuff that Danny included too, and you guys both included. And this is just a beautiful collecting flowers project.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys, for having us in here, and appreciate you doing this. And appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Arborist now, we could not do this without you.
Yeah.
It's an awesome partnership, and can't wait for the next
one.
Well,
I think we've already been talking. We got plenty of stuff we're talking about doing together, so I can't wait to do it. So thanks, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you
right
too.
On.
Thanks, man.
See you guys.